Now we bring in our good friend and guest, Barry Melrose. He joins us now on the show. Barry, it's Michael and Don. How you doing?
Great, guys. How are you?
Good. I want to run this by you because Don disagreed with me. Last night I was on a flight from New York to L.A., sitting next to Cindy Crawford, and I didn't say a word to her because I didn't want to give her false hope. Was I right or wrong?
No, you should have been begging like a dog.
Begging like a dog, he said.
I didn't say a word.
No, that's just a lucky seat number, man. You should have enjoyed that.
Would you have talked to her?
I would have said, hello, Cindy. I know who you are, and you're awesome. And, I'd have been nice to her. I'm certainly married and have a beautiful wife myself, but it's hard not to say hello to Cindy Crawford.
It's a nice thing to have in your resume.
Your buddies, you'll be giving it to you the rest of your life.
I guess I dropped the puck.
I think you dropped the puck and the ball, and maybe everything else you could possibly carry.
Let's talk about the Rangers. Why can't they score on a power play?
Right now, it's mental. You watch that power play, and I talked about it last night on the air. When you get that bad, the guys don't want out there. The offensive players know it's bad. There's no confidence, thinking too much. Everything that you're not supposed to do in a power play right now, the Rangers are doing. And, a power play is a game of reaction. You react to what the penalty killing are doing. If the penalty killing is taking the top away, then you go from the goal line out. If they're packing it in 4 guys down low, then you go out to the point and use an umbrella, something like that. But right now, this team, they get the puck. They're trying to make a perfect play. Well, I got to put it here. I got to put it here. Instead of just, if the shot's there, take it. If it's not there, then you pass it. Once you establish your shot, everything else works. But right now, the Rangers aren't establishing a shot, and the Pittsburgh Penguins know that. And Pittsburgh's killing penalties well. They're in the lanes really well. They're blocking shots really well. But right now, mentally, the Rangers are a mess, and it gets like that. And it's going to get worse as the games get in New York, because as you're carrying the puck up the ice, the fans will be booing you, and that just makes it worse. So I don't expect the Ranger power play to get better anytime soon.
A lot of left-handed shots on that power play. Would you possibly think about putting Rafael Diaz on the blue line just because he's a right-handed shot?
It's nice to have one extra shot, right-hand shot, because then you can run a one-timer from the other side. When you have all lefties, you're basically running everything from the same side. You have no options because the one-timer is gone. And by the time the lefty can load up and shoot, you can get in the shooting lane. So it certainly would help, whether it's Stepan or somebody, to get a right-handed shot over there just to give you that option of a one-timer.
Now, Barry, a guy who's not scoring is Sidney Crosby. Is that getting into his head now?
I thought he was much better last night. He was a lot quicker last night. He was moving the puck. He set up 4 or 5 guys really nice. He looked like Crosby last night, really, for the first time in the playoffs. He was flying. He looked fast. He looked hungry. He was aggressive. He was seeing the ice really well. So that's good news if you're a Pittsburgh fan. But obviously, it can't continue without him scoring. Your best players, that's what you need right now. Scoring is so tough. The defenses are so good. Look at the Ducks wouldn't be winning right now without Getzlaf and Perry. Chicago wouldn't be winning without Taves and Kane scoring. Boston, you got Lucic and Bergeron and Chara. You need those stars putting the puck in the net, and that's great news for the New York Rangers right now that they're keeping Crosby off the scoreboard, because eventually he's got to score, or eventually Pittsburgh will be beaten.
Barry, much has been made about the fact that the Rangers are going to play a 6th game in 9 nights. If there is fatigue in the Rangers game, what are some of the things that we can look for that would be telltale signs that they're tired?
It's really short shifts. This is what they'll be trying to do, is really short shifts. Obviously, if a guy gets caught in a long shift, he won't have any juice left. You lose your, if you get caught out there on a long change, you lose your energy really fast. Foot races, you look slow. Mentally, you look slow. This is a tough stretch for the Rangers, no doubt about it. With the travel, with the games they played, with the intensity, with all the minutes their defensemen play, this is a big game for the Rangers. They can get through this game. At least they got some light at the end of the tunnel. But, this will be a tough game for the Rangers with the fatigue factor.
Do you have to coach differently in a game like this, back-to-back games, Barry?
Yeah, you stress short shifts. You stress, normally if you're going, 45, 50 seconds, you're going, guys, 30 and off. You got to keep them rolling. You got to use 4 lines, especially your defense. You can't, McDonough and Girardi can't get out there for one shift's a minute and a half because you just don't have time to get ready for the next shift. It takes you longer to recuperate when you're tired. So they'll really be working the short shifts big time tonight.
Now, Barry, whenever he's putting Carcillo in, he's scored. He took Carcillo out, put Miller in Game 5. In the last series, he had an assist. Put Carcillo back in. He ends up scoring in Game 7. Do you think he'll go back to J.T. Miller tonight and take Carcillo out of the lineup after a loss?
I'll tell you, I like Carcillo. I like those energy guys. He's really matured. He doesn't take a lot of bad penalties anymore. He really goes to net well. He's been in the playoffs a lot. You forget that with Philly and with Chicago and all the teams he's played for, the guy's been in the playoffs a lot. And he seems to have that habit of being in the right place at the right time. We saw it in just about every series that he's played in. So I like the guy in the lineup, and you expect him to do the dirty work. It's a nice reward for him to be in there every night to do that dirty work. So I've always been a guy that liked to have an energy guy in the lineup like Carcillo.